Guys, so I had to go find a wrench, and I went ahead and swapped out the springs real quick because I was in Austin's room using his tools. Mine disappeared. Imagine that, tools disappearing. You guys probably know what that's like if you got kids or even yourself. I do it all the time. So diff is still sucking air, so we got a ways to go on that yet. We got our new springs put on, new fluid put in there, and we're going to start putting the front end back together as soon as we get that diff done. And right now it is still got a lot of air in it, so I don't know if the speedrun guys are used to using one of these or even do. You can hear it kind of letting the air out, but there's still bubbles in there, and you want to just kind of do this until all those bubbles are gone. And this particular car, we're going to be running the Futaba radio on. These are the little receivers that we use in the drag cars. Pretty small and lightweight. We'll be using the 2006 dual antenna in this. So it'll be a good long-range radio. I'll put that blade away, and we'll have to sit there and wait on that. So alright, I think there's much we can do until we get that diff back in there. So we'll wait for that. We'll be back. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So last episode we got our shocks done, and we were waiting on our diff to get done. She is ready to go, so we are going to put it back together, and we will be pretty much ready to put everything back together. And then I've got to find the center brace, so I'm going to run a custom center brace that's going to go all the way across here. It'll be wider here, and I'm going to put the ESCs actually on top of the motors, so I can run these right into the back of the ESCs. The ESCs probably will not have fans on them because of that, but we're going to have to see what room we have to play with. And fluids are cold in here this morning. I think it's about 11 degrees outside here this morning in Arkansas. So fluids are thicker, they don't flow as easy, so take a little slower. Everything. All right. So now we go to, pardon me. All right. Take the relief off of there. You see, not a lot came out. But I always like to do that just to make sure there's not pressure going to cause the plastic to swell on the diff, because I have seen that happen. Right. And you might have to shim your diff, guys, depending on how it fits in there. This has zero play in it, just how I like them. I don't like I like the teeth to mash in as far as possible without rubbing or grinding or causing any issues. And just like a real car, if you put the grease on there and you put it in there and you turn it, you can actually see a wear pattern on the teeth, just a little bit in there, to see how it is rubbing or how it's meshing. Engineers are pretty good at Arrma, so I will give them that. They got all that stuff pretty right on. And that's 2 diff covers in a row that have went right on for me. God, I've gotten lucky with that. And put our screws back in our diff cover. And, you know, Raz just released a video talking about these balls. The Perfect Pass arms only work with V1 balls because the thread pitch is different. So, if you guys did not know that, once again, the front arms with front aluminum arms that come from Perfect Pass only work with V1 ball studs. So, to me, that's not an issue with aluminum because it's not going to rip out. What I would like to see is these arms to come in about 5 millimeters each on each side. I would like to see them 5 millimeters short on the bottom and the top. That way I can suck the front tires in a little bit and I have a little less issues with the body. As you guys know, as the cars run, the bodies push backwards and down on the cars, so they can rub the tires a little bit, and if you pull those in a little bit, there's a little bit more room in the body. So if you want to see something would like to see made, that's what I would like to see made. I did try cutting them, the plastic original ones off, and the car ran great. I loved it. Just, it's a lot of work, guys, to do it for aluminum. Alright, so next is to put our fancy sway bar back on. Right. And another thing that Raz talked about was he moved the spring perches forward, or the shock mounts forward just a little bit so they don't rub on the shafts anymore. So that's something they thought about and did very well. I don't know if I'd ever use the different spring locations and stuff on here, but it's or the shock mount locations, I should say. So the stock is the furthest one out. We're gonna get a little bit of the Loctite on here. And these screws come with the arms. put that on the right way. That'd be a good idea. All right. And yeah, that shock sits straight up and down now instead of being at an angle. Good job, Raz. Good job, brother. And I know my buddy and friend James McCoy is also doing he's done several Perfect Pass builds. So, we're both doing them. We both see the potential of the Perfect Pass stuff because it's lightweight and it's built nice. I mean, the chassis, guys, the Scorched are really, really nice, especially for if you're going to run heavier stuff. This chassis here is a lot lighter, and I think I'm a big believer in, as you guys probably have heard me say a million times, I like the lightweight in the drag world, and in these cars, weight, too light of a weight can hurt you, but because it needs the weight to hold the car down at those speeds. I do always like to remind people, when you build cars like James and I do that do 200 miles an hour, you are going to burn up tires. So every time you go run, it's roughly $100 bill to go run. So you will pop and ruin every one of those tires, and all you can do with them after that is use them for mock-up, because they are torn up if you're lucky. Mock-up is what they'll be left for. Alright, some white lithium. Not a ton. Just need some on there to coat all the way around. And the only reason I like that is because it helps with, cuts down on the heat. Off screen, we did remove our piece of plastic here so we can mount our top plate. But let's see here, just double check everything. Yep, everything is done. Next part is going to be to put our rubber piece in here, and we're going to go ahead and push that back with our shaft. Oh, I think there's already one in there. Yeah, there is. I already put one in there, so we don't need that. And one up by the Trident shaft up in the front. So we're going to put our shaft in place, and then we are going to get a screw in here so we can keep everything from falling out. Alright, so we got a couple binding issues here, so we'll loosen this up a little bit. That way they don't fall out. There we go. Let's get the 2mm in here. Get this put in and maybe that'll help. There we go. I'll suck that right on down. All right, so let's get this put back together. A lot of guys, you can use the adjustable torque on these for the screws, but I like to feel them so I don't strip them out, because I am really good at that. And okay, that's the steering, so I have to go back up top to get that one maybe tightened up. Take a look, see what we got here. Okay. Oh, I see, it's just not lined up, I don't think. All right. Well, guys, we're getting to be getting a little closer to running, and unplug my power here. You can see our shaft has very little play in it. Gears are all lined up. Front is all done. Beautiful perfect pass parts. Chassis. Got fingerprints all over it, but man, that is nice. I like the glossy stuff. Some people, this comes in a glossy and a matte finish. I like the glossy, just gives it a little bit extra protection from scratches and stuff, I think. But anyways, it might not. Alright guys, that's it for today's episode. I appreciate you guys watching, and thanks for any of the feedback you guys have been giving us. I sure do appreciate it. And yes, I did make a mistake on putting the screws in here, but sometimes we just don't think about things we're doing, and I appreciate somebody pointing that out to me, and I got that fixed, so thank you guys very much. Have a great day. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to start working on our buckling up our front end. So we got a new Arrma part we were waiting to come in. Just came in. So we're going to put that on. We're going to put the Perfect Pass air dams that come with the chassis. So we're going to get started with our electric screwdriver here. Put a 2mm on there. And we start by putting, sorry about that guys, all of our nuts in our front end piece. It'll probably fall out as soon as I pick it up. It's always the luck. And then get our screws put in. And I guess I'll need a longer screw. These are 10mm. I thought those were the correct length. I guess they are not. Let's see here. Amazon screws are the best, but they are junk. I always tell people it's they're good for one time to be put in, and after that they're not very good. I have had some good luck with some of the screws on Amazon, but alright. Get the first one started here. There we go. Now the rest will be a lot easier. These are 12mm screws I'm putting in here, lengthwise. So 3x12s V-heads. I got the outer two in there. All right, two more. Okay, I don't know why that's not going in there. There we go. Just required a little bit of manhandling there. And last but not least, okay, there we go. All put together. 4mm screws in the back. And put our 2.5s up in the front here. Which are a longer screw. Yep. All right, that's that part. All right, guys, so we got our 2 screws put in here real quick. 2 screws we got put on there. Come a long ways from the days we used to 3D print these and put them on cars. Them being carbon fiber and all fancy. So we're going to switch back over to our 2mm. And we're going to let that one go on the floor. Guys, my hands don't work like they used to. That is for sure. All right, there we go. That's one of them. And the second one. These are just 3x10 screws. Okay, guys, gals, there she is. Should point out that Raz has pre-drilled this for V1, V2 setup, so it works with either chassis that you're running, except for the, like I said, the aluminum arms. They have to run with the V1 ball studs. All right, there we go. And next thing we're going to work on is putting in our Perfect Pass servo. And we'll get that put in there. Gotta find a mount somewhere, which I'm pretty sure I have a hot racing mount somewhere around here. I just gotta find it. Our receiver, our two XLX2s, and much tighter. Everything looks a lot better tolerances, guys. So gonna be a really nice build. All right, so we got our hot racing set up here from our local hobby town. They do keep this particular item in stock, which is very nice. There we go. All right, find a 2mm. Start with that. Put a little Loctite on it. I don't like much Loctite on these things because they like to cause problems. And do not over tighten those. I can tell you that for a fact because they strip real easy. Alright guys, well, we're going to assemble this. You guys get the picture and put it in the car. Hey guys, welcome back. So we just got through playing with the CNC out there, and as you can see we have let me disconnect the power here so we can be mobile. We have made a new top plate that we have not finished yet. We got to finish the back part, but we just made sure everything is correct up in the front. We did a top mounted servo, and we made the plate where we can put our XLX2s sitting right on top of it. That means my motor's wires will be able to go directly into there. It's going to require a little maneuvering to get these in there, but I guarantee I can get them in there. So, that said, the perfect pass is build is looking really good, and basically we're going to double side tape these guys down here and maybe try to find a way to get a fan system up on the top there. I don't really need them on these for a single run. James has said it a million times. But car's almost done, so we are going to be running this body here, Delta. So we have cut off all the main wing off the back for that much downforce. We don't need that or want it. We will get some wings made for this to come up, and probably some sort of support underneath after we put our side skirts on here. I always got to do that because we are the ones that came up with that eventually. We invented the side skirts for that when we used to 3D print them 5-6 years ago, if not more. So we called them body locks back then, but you see if I can get a set of tires on this thing and get it up to ride height, see what we're going to do battery wise, which as you guys can see, we have lots of room for batteries. So we can, if it wasn't for this right here, we'd be able to run pretty much any battery we wanted to. But you can see that the ESCs in there fit nicely in there. You'd probably get away with running the fans. They would definitely rub on the body up here. It'd be close, but like James says, you don't need fans, don't have to have fans. So we're gonna try it, see what it does, go from there, and see about maybe extending the body out just a little bit more off the back somehow with some more Lexan. I'm not sure what we're gonna do yet, guys. If you have any suggestions as far as the back of the car goes, let me know. And look forward to hearing your comments and seeing them. So appreciate the watching, you guys watching, and have a great day.